Hey everyone, this week I'm going to show you how to sink your Piskii grove into the ground like this. I think it makes for a really cute little walkway. It's very portal looking. I love it on my plot and I'm really excited to show you guys. So if you haven't got this item yet, you do need to obtain it from a quest called Something Wicked. You can get this quest from Subira. So if you haven't met Subira yet, keep doing your quests and you'll definitely get there in no time. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so I just want to show you guys a quick little crash course in syncing. If you already know the basics of syncing, please feel free to skip forward to the actual tutorial, but if not, just keep watching. So for any syncing glitch, you want some height, the items that you want to be glitched into the ground, and then anchor. So the anchor just needs to be able to have the item on top of it. So for example, this medium item will not be allowed to be placed onto the paver. Look, when I move the paver, it's not coming with it. So you need to find something that when you place it on top, you're able to move them together. Same thing for the bigger items. You need to have some height, your anchor, and your placeable item needs to be able to go, needs to be able to be connected to your anchor just like this. So with that in mind, you're gonna grab your anchor and place it on the height. The height is how tall, how much you want it to be sunken. So if I only want it to be sunken just a little bit, it can be lower. If I want it to be sunken a lot, it can be taller, right? So maybe I just want, maybe I just want his head to be poking out of the ground just like that. So we can put the height to the bottom here. So the anchor starts at the height, always. Now we're going to be doing cancel placing. If you are on console, please go and watch a guide, a tutorial on how to cancel place on console. Unfortunately, I can't do that for you guys. I do not have a console. I would love to do that for you guys, but there's a few tutorials out there. Once you wrap your head around it, you'll be able to do all of the cancel placing glitches, floating, sinking, whatever you want. So go wrap your head around it. It'll be super useful in your journey of glitching and decorating. So PC players, what we want to do is have a placeable item in our hotbar. So that could be anything. Could be, I just like to use a plush because I think it's cute. So what you're going to do is pick up your paver and you're going to move it to the ground. But instead of placing, you're pressing 1 to bring out your plush or your placeable item, whatever it is. Now this is temporarily on the ground. We can bring our item that we want to glitch, place it on top of the anchor. And now we're going to pick up that anchor. So carefully select the anchor on the bottom, which is my paver. Pick it up and put it down. And now you can see it's sunken. So wherever you drag and place your anchor is where it's going to be, where your plush is going to be in relation to your anchor. Because these will always be connected. There's no way to do it without connecting an item. So try to pick an anchor that you can easily hide. I like to use the wood pavers because I have a very foresty plot. But if it's something different for you, then that's okay. So you can see if I move it back, the plush is in the position where I cancel place the paver. If I wanted to do it for a medium item, remember we can only place this on a floor. We can't place it on a paver. So what I want to do is move my anchor to the height that I want it to be, right? Don't want it that sunken into the ground. If our anchor item is above our item, maybe all we're going to see is flames here. So maybe that's what you want. Maybe all you want to see is just the very tips of the flames coming out of the ground. So pick up our anchor, Move it any distance you want it away from your item, okay? So wherever this goes, wherever you cancel place this, is the distance it's going to be in relation to your item that you're trying to sync, right? So now we do our cancel place. So we press, instead of pressing left mouse, we're gonna press 1 to pull out our placeable item. And now we can just put our item on top, like so. Pick up your anchor, put it back down, and now we've got those the fire coming out of the ground. I think that looks really cool. We could have like a bunch of these, make it look like a lava effect. That would be so cool. But remember, it's always going to be connected to your anchor. So choose an anchor that works best for you. Bigger items, we're going to be using these terrace pieces that you can get from City Hall. Upstairs at City Hall in Kenley's office, you can get these terrace pieces. Our anchor, remember, our anchor needs to be big enough that we can put our item on top of and still move it around. So we choose something that's big enough so that they can move together. Anchor always starts at the height, right? Next, we're going to cancel place. So wherever I place this, the tree is going to be just as far, just as wide in relation to wherever the hell I want to cancel place this. So maybe I want it over here. Cancel place. Grab my item, goes on top of the anchor. Now I can just pick up and put the anchor down again. And there's my sunken tree. So I can have the sunken tree wherever I want. As long as I like where the anchor is going. And you can play around with that. Maybe when you cancel place, it needs to be, instead of over here, maybe it needs to be here. Like, you just have to figure that out for what works on your plot, okay? So with that in mind, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so for this build, you're going to need a placeable item. I like to use a plushie for this. You're going to need a small terrace, 2 of the medium terrace, and of course your Piskii grove. So I figured out this is actually the best height to use 2 of these medium terraces placed on top of each other, and then the small terrace on top of that. So once you have your stack like this, pick up your small terrace from the top. You're going to place it on the ground, but instead of placing, pull out your placeable item in the hotbar. So I pressed 1 to pull it out, and that will just temporarily ghost it. Then you can put your Piskii grove on top of the terrace. And now all you need to do is pick up that terrace from the bottom and just place it down again. Normally, this is the part of the glitch where it'd work, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to another plot first. Now trust me guys, I actually found this out on accident. I had a very hard time figuring out why the syncing wasn't working, and this is the trick. You need to load into another screen and come back and look at that. It is perfectly sunken to this height. It's the best. This was like amazing to figure out for me, honestly. So very happy that it works. So you can put away these medium terraces, and your Piskii grove will be attached to that small terrace, like so. So I really wanted my grove there, but obviously I had things in the way, so I moved all of this out of the way to prep for the Piskii grove to go there. So once I could do that, finally it was able to squeeze it in to the perfect spot and place it. I was super happy with how this turned out. I felt like it was coming together amazing. And the only thing that bothered me was that now we have this small terrace just kind of in the way. So what I had to do is completely redo the glitch again. So I set up these medium terraces and placed the small one on top, just like before. But this time I'm gonna ghost it to the side a little bit more. So you pick it up, bring out your placeable item, And you can see I'm really moving it to the side. I'm not in front anymore. This will make sense later. So I brought out my placeable item instead of placing the terrace. Put my grove on top, picked up my terrace, placed it back down, and now we have this. So it's the distance is from those medium terraces to where we placed the small terrace. So this can be any distance. I did a small distance, so you can definitely play around with this and figure out what works best for you and your environment. But it will always be attached to that small terrace, so just keep that in mind. I actually figured out I wanted the terrace a bit more hidden into my forest on this side, so after clearing everything out, I was able to fit that in perfectly. I was super happy with this placement, and then all I had to do was decorate. So here's how it turned out once I played around with it. I love it, guys. I really think it feels super magical to have this kind of walkway. You can walk straight over the Piskii Grove, and I think it just looks so beautiful this way. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to do some more tutorials. I have this big open space to work with now. So let me know what you guys think I should add to my forest, because I need ideas. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be uploading videos every week. So I'll see you next week.